Yo, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we're going to be discussing how to win every game in PUBG Mobile. But before we get into the tips guys, I'd just like to ask you if you could please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. But let's get straight into it. So I'm on a new account here. As you see, I'm level 0. I've got 0 kills. I've played no games of PUBG Mobile, but I think this is where the most important part starts. I just wanted to tell you guys that the most important part of this whole scenario is having the right settings. It sounds simple, but it would really help your game. So if we go into settings here, the first thing you want to look for is controls, and then pick your preferred control. Personally, I use the left movement on the right side and the fire button on the right side, and I move my buttons to where they're easily accessible for me. So I put my sprint button down, I push my jump button closer to my movement button. So just move it around, see what's comfortable. You can change anything at any time. So this is the first tip, and this is really going to improve your game and give you the best chance at defeating your opponents and giving you the smallest advantage in those one-on-one gunfights. So guys, I've just launched up a game. This is my first game on the account, and I just wanted to go into a few things before we get into the gameplay. There are heaps of videos out there similar to this, but I've seen no video mentioning the tips that I have. So I just want to bring this video out for you guys and improve your gaming experience. Now the first tip I want to give you guys is wear a headset. Yes, I know it sounds simple, but the amount of times that I've seen bots walking around without sound is crazy. Wearing a headset gives you some much needed information in those tight games. It can really improve your coordination and your ability to know where your enemy is. Personally, I use Bose noise cancelling headphones, but these are quite expensive and I wouldn't really recommend something this high for a game like this. But any headset that you guys can get your hands on that is decent and gives you the capability to hear a lot is really good. The next tip I want to give you guys is one about gameplay, and it's about where you land. This is equally as important to wearing a headset, I think, and unfortunately I launched up a squads game here, which I didn't mean to, but just ignore that. But you have to pick somewhere that is not related to the line of the plane. For example, here I'm going near farm, near shelter. It's kind of off course. It's pretty close, to be honest, but it's a decent spot. You just want to go not as far away as possible, but enough to the closest of the map so you can get within the circle once it launches, and not too far out because then you'll be too far away from the circle. Also, avoid hotspots, as usually these will contain a lot of people and you could die extremely quickly. So guys, once we've landed, the choice of weapon is so important in this game. Especially in different situations, a different gun, a different scope can improve your chances of survival. Obviously, once you've landed, you want to get any gun that's available to you, but you really want to target the long-range weapons like a SCAR or an AK, and these will give you the most advantage because not only do they work at close ranges, having a long-range weapon with a good scope is going to improve your chances of defeating the enemy and knowing where the enemy is. Next tip I want to give you guys is having crosshair placement. Yes, it's so important. In the background gameplay, I was actually not doing that, funnily enough. As you can see, my crosshair is pointing at the ground, so when I have to turn a corner and I see that player right there, I have to lift my crosshair, and these 1.2 seconds, these these narrow seconds are gonna really decide whether you live or die against the best players. The next tip is using sprint lock and using the eye icon to look around at your surroundings. Yep, it's so vital to use that little icon to look at who is closest to you and look in your surrounding and your setting to see where the enemy is, if there's an enemy, and target anyone nearby. Half of PUBG Mobile is just knowing where your enemy is, and this is going to greatly improve your knowledge of your surroundings, giving you the biggest chance to not only surprise your enemy, but know where their movement is, where they're going, and where you can jump out and put a few shots in them. Along with this, using your mini-map is also vitally important, As we can see in the top right, I notice the icon for shooting, and I immediately turn around because I know there's enemies behind me. Whether it's one person or two people, I know that I can flank them and I can get some easy kills. Along with knowing the icons for where your enemies are and the sound cues, it will also give you vital information on the circle and where you need to move next in order to survive. Using the previous tip of the icon usage of the eye, I get this easy kill right here because I can see my enemy around the wall and I can easily take him down without him having any knowledge of where I am and where he got shot from. The next tip I have for you guys is using your cover. It's so vital to use your cover, whether that be a building or trees, anything that you can use to hide yourself and protect yourself from any enemy fire. Not only did I use the cover to target my last kill, but I'm also using it here to scout the area and to see who's around me in order to get the surprise on them. The next tip is knowing the capability of your weapons and your surroundings. As we can see here, I see the guy in the distance, but I know my scope and my weapon is not far range enough to get the kill from there. That's why I move in slowly without him realizing where I am, and then I go for my shot. The last tip I want to give you guys is having good teammates. Yes, I know it sounds simple and I know it sounds repetitive, but it's really important, especially if you're playing duo mode or squads, because having very bad teammates is really going to decrease your chances of winning. Yet, I still win this game with 15, 16 kills and I have no teammates whatsoever left. So it shows that my tips can help you improve and win solo games, squad, or duo games by yourself. When you are in the mood to play squads or duos, I suggest using apps like Gamerlink or Discord to find people to play with that are very good and at your level, and you can talk to, communicate with, and have good victories. But all in all, guys, all my tips helped me win this game and win many more. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.